Okay. We're bringing you...
When I'm high in the shade and I'm feeling away, baby, hello. I just wanted to see if your plans ever change in my XO. Gotta fight for the love or the rush and I don't wanna let go. So don't let me go. Got no patience, conversation driving you up the wall. I'm a perfect girl, I got it's no sarcasm at all. You say sorry, but don't know what you're sorry for. No point in keeping score. You like to drink, to smoke, to take away the pain. I don't remember all my mistakes and every night I know one thing. You're not alright, I'm not alright. Don't you know you make me feel like gold? I'm hypnotized and under your control. Don't want you to ever let me go. Cause you make me feel, you make me feel. With every touch your body feels like home. You write a symphony inside my soul. I don't want you to ever let me go. Cause you make me feel, you make me feel.
What's up, Sens fans? It's Kira Johnston coming to you live from the Sens Den at CTC. I'm still living off the high from those back-to-back overtime and shootout wins against Montreal this week. It has been so much fun. Now we are back again tonight. It is night one of the sibling rivalry between the Kachucks. Sorry, Matthew, we are Team Brady up in here, obviously. Now, Tuesday night's performance was unreal. Hopefully, Brady does it again. It was an unreal game to watch. And if you guys are new to the show, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Sens Virtual Game Day, like I said. The entire show is designed to bring all the fun that we had together in the arena right to you at home. Obviously, I'm chilling up here in the suite by myself, so I need you guys to keep me company. Let me know in the chat where you guys are watching from. Are you in your living room, your basement with your dog, your friend, whoever it may be? Let me know in the chat right now. I'll respond to you guys as we're going. Now, I've got a ton of fun things lined up for you guys, but it starts with your participation. You guys can head on to Twitter tonight, and there are two things that you can interact with us with. Number one, send us a hashtag with the Sens song hashtag. You can request your favorite song for us to play, and our organist Eric Sauvé will do his best to play your favorite song live here at the Canadian Tire Centre. Now, if that's not your jig, you guys can also interact with us in another way. Using the hashtag Sens Virtual Game Day, send us a selfie, send us a photo of you and your squad watching the game. Best part, we're going to take the best photos and throw them up on the scoreboard for the Senators to see live. Hopefully your support and love will fuel another big win for them tonight. Now, speaking of wins, this is one for you guys at home to do, and it's so simple. You could win a $100 Skip the Dishes gift card, and it's never been easier. All you have to do is use your Sens app on your phone, which I'm sure you have. And if you don't, you can download it right now. Head onto the app, and all you have to do is click on the graphic, check in to win. That's it. It is so incredibly simple, you guys. I've never found an easier way to win food or money. All right, that's enough about food and money. Let's get back to the hockey. We've got an unreal highlight reel up for you guys from Tuesday night. I'm still buzzing from that win. Let's check it out.
therefore we have no goal.
What an awesome game that was. Such an exciting week so far. We are in the middle of a 5-game homestand. We won the game. Brady lost some of his teeth, or a bit of his teeth, I don't know. But I want to hear what Coach DJ Smith had to say post-game from Tuesday night.
Coach, thanks for coming out here. If you can, just walk us through the emotions of this one.
Yeah, it was certainly a wild one. I thought we had great legs. We just made some mistakes that allowed them to come back in the game. But I'd have to rewatch it. I thought Carey Price made some unbelievable saves. And I thought we probably could have scored more than we actually did.
Once again, youth serves notice that they're ready to go here.
What's that,
youth,
sir?
Just if you can, talk about the youth movement from your young players here tonight.
Well, for sure. I mean, the experience they're getting of playing in overtime, doing all these things, but not only are they playing, they're making plays, and they're starting to arrive in the league. Sometimes their emotions get the best of them. You see on the bench, but you make mistakes, you go back out there and you get better at it. And you know what? The credit to a lot of guys, but certainly Brady Tkachuk tonight dragged us in that battle. And I don't know if he's played a better game since I've been here.
You obviously had a plan going into a shootout as well. Were those three choices that you have had in your pocket for quite some time?
No, you go as the game goes. Obviously, we have percentages and we know who's certain guys, but then sometimes you just get a hunch and you go with it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Chris Garriock, Post Media.
Hey, DJ, got a couple for you. Do you think you just showed good poise tonight?
Yeah, we did. In the third period earlier in the year, we would have buckled probably. That's a team that pushed really hard in the third at us, and we stayed with them. And then again in overtime.
And just what's it say? Gord kind of alluded to this, but what does it say about Norris and Stutzle that on their first shootout attempts in the NHL, they're both successful?
Well, to do it against Carey Price, a Hall of Fame goalie, or noted as maybe the best goalie in the league, or one of them, anyways. And the confidence for them to do that is spectacular.
Kyle Bukauskas, Sportsnet.
You could just take us through those last few seconds there on the goal, and then it was called back because it was a league-initiated coach's challenge, right? So what were you thinking in those moments?
Well, you're just hoping that, and I thought it was. I mean, I saw his foot kick him, and he spun him around, and then he gets spun around. You can't reset yourself. So, obviously, it's a bounce that went our way.
We'll go to Ian Mendez at The Athletic.
Just an update, if you can, on I guess Derek Stepan, but you talked about on the weekend, DJ, how important and how much better Stepan has been in the last couple of weeks. If he's out for an extended period of time, what kind of hole does that leave for your group?
Well, I think it leaves a hole. I thought he was doing a really great job with both Timmy and Drake. They were, playing great. They scored early in the game. He had them. When something happens, he's really calm on the bench and he handles them really well. We'll reevaluate and see how he is, but certainly couldn't come back, and it'll hurt us. It'll hurt us in the leadership department.
Mark Broussard, Ledouis.
AJ, Thomas Chabot in his return ends up playing 29 minutes. What did you think of his the way he played?
Well, he skates, he makes plays. It's hard. He hasn't practiced, and then to come right in against a team that dumps it in and forechecks as hard as they do, It takes you a little bit to get going, but as the game went on, he got going.
Wayne Scanlon, Sportsnet.
Yeah, DJ, your record against Eastern teams is so much better than against the West. You got a bunch of Western games coming up. Are you feeling more confident now the way you're playing and playing those Western teams?
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with East or West. I just think where we are as a team right now, we know what our identity is. It took us a while, I said early on, with no exhibition games and that many new players and young guys just getting their feet wet. We know what we have to do to win and what works for us. Whether it's a team in the East or the West, we just got to do what we do.
Final one is Murray Pam, Full Press Hockey.
Hey DJ, must be good to see your power play finally, all that practice finally paid off tonight, and your penalty killing as well.
Well, for sure, we were dangerous all night. Probably the first part of the 5-on-3 was probably the least dangerous we were. We were really dangerous last game. We've got a different hunger and a different attack mentality. When you get a couple on the power play and your penalty kill's good, you usually get points in the NHL.
Have the chance to win big with the all-new Catch the Ace style 50-50 with the Progressive Jackpot. Weekly draws take place each Monday with $9,999 guaranteed to be won. Proceeds support local children through the Senators Community Foundation.
Of course, another big deal we have going on for you guys is our golden goal. You know the drill. That third goal that the Senators score isn't just a regular goal, it is the golden goal. So that means tomorrow you guys can have $3 Big Macs between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever you want, as long as you use the MyMcD's app and you're 13 years or older at any participating McDonald's in Ottawa. I want a burger, you want a burger. Let's pray that they get 3 goals or more. But anyways, enough about food. Let's go to why you guys are here. Let's head down to ice level and check out that warm-up. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me. That concludes our entire pre-game show, but of course we are here all TV timeouts and both intermissions, so don't go anywhere. It is now time to head on over to opening ceremonies live at the Canadian Tire Centre, led by our PA announcer, John Trottier. Take it away, John.
Les sénateurs tiennent d'abord à souligner que la partie se déroulera sur les terres faisant partie du territoire traditionnel non cédé du peuple Anishinaabe-Algonquin. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, the Ottawa Senators would like to formally acknowledge and recognize that this game is being held on the ancestral, unceded territories of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. Good evening and welcome to Canadian Tire Center. Bienvenue au Centre Canadian Tire. This season is presented by Molson Canadian, and tonight's game features the Calgary Flames and your Ottawa Senators. Tonight's officials, the Zorceles ce soir, the referees, les arbitres Marc Joannette and Kendrick Nicholson. The linesmen, les Judins Michel Cormier and Mark Shuchuk. Les Zorceles en glace tonight's off-ice officials, supervisor and penalty timekeeper Richard Pereira, NHL scoring system manager Mike D'Amico, the official scorer Jeff Brackett, game timekeeper Terry Milks, and the video goal judge is Jeff Johnston. Voici dans le départ and now the visiting starting lineup. Starting for the Flames, pour Calgary, number 33, le numéro 33, David Rittich. Number 4, le numéro 4, Rasmus Anderson. Number 5, le numéro 5, Mark Giordano. Number 19, le numéro 19, Matthew Tkachuk. Number 28, le numéro 28, Elias Lindholm. And number 88, le numéro 88, Andrew Mangiapane.
Get you down.
Scores! Short-handed goal!
Looks like they gonna be easy.
Now what a save by Holmberg up again.
But you
Scores!
gotta play.
Oh my heavens!
It's a matter of mind over matter. Yeah. I tangle with a demon and cut my rocket horns. Got delivered, the doctor said a star is born. My circumstances were solid, but I was too bright for my own good. Now I'm trying to get my people out the hood. Where you play at? Is it where bullets spray at? Warned you ahead of time, I am flammable, stay back. Remember when faith was the toughest thing on my mind daily. Nowadays, one music critic can drive me crazy. Building something from scratch for blood and tears. Jagged path to winning, tackled 100 fears. 1990's the year, kicked off a fatal attraction. Put my last on the line for the fighting satisfaction. Thinking they got me down, but look, that noise you make it, not profound. Meanwhile, my pen make helicopter sound. Throwing jab, I kinda like Sam Judah. Not a victim, the shooter, lifted up by my pride, homie. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Yeah, long as I'm alive, I get lifted by my pride. Nothing wanna try.
What a finish!
Nah, I'm sicker than no average.
Partisans des Sénateurs Sens Army, let's welcome your Ottawa Senators. Senators starting lineup. L'alignement partant des Sénateurs d'Ottawa. At forward, à l'attaque, number 7, le numéro 7, Brady Tkachuk. Number 9, le numéro 9, Josh Norris. Number 28, le numéro 28, Connor Brown. En défense, à la défense, number 2, le numéro 2, Artem Zub. Number 5, le numéro 5, Mike Riley. Et le goaltender, le gardien de but, number 30, le numéro 30, Matt Murray. Please rise, remove your hats and join Mandia as she performs O Canada. Veuillez vous lever, retirer chapeau et casquette et joignez-vous à Mandia pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national.
Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All right, Sens fans, grab your seats. Tune into TSN5 or RDS for gameplay. We'll be back here every TV timeout and both intermissions. But it is game time, baby. Light up the chat with Go Sens Go. Woo!
Sénateur, his 6th of the season. Son 6e de la saison. Scoreboard number 19, le numéro 19, Drake Batherson. Assist number 51, le numéro 51, Artem Anissima. And number 18, le numéro 18, Tim Stusla. Time to go 7 minutes 45 seconds à 7 minutes 45 secondes. Senators goal! Le but des Sénateurs, his first of the season. Son premier de la saison. Score by number 44, le numéro 44, Eric Goodbretson. Assist number 71, le numéro 71, Chris Tierney. Time of the goal, 9 minutes 27 seconds à 9 minutes 27 secondes.
Born in Chicago, a college superstar at the University of Minnesota, it is Senators defenseman Mike Reilly. His player profile is presented by StaffMax Staffing and Recruiting, Ottawa's #1 staffing and recruiting agency. Make sure to give Mike a follow on all of his socials. On Twitter, he is at mreilly93, and on Instagram, he is at MikeyReilly5. So you can give him a follow and get to know him off the ice as well. Lock in your chances to win your $100 Skip the Dishes gift card. It's the easiest way to make money, I swear, guys. All you have to do is go on the Sens app before the third period tonight. Click on the check in to win graphic and you could literally win a $100 Skip the Dishes gift card. Last game, it was a guy named Jeff. Congratulations, Jeff. And tonight, it could be you. Now, we have a ton of restaurants on Skip the Dishes, but our favorite has to be Tim Hortons. The father-son duo right here had the chance to score big with Timmy's in the Tim Hortons Kids Know Best Showdown. Let's see how they did.
Are you ready to play Kids Know Best?
Yes, I am.
All right, question number 1. What is your child's favorite thing to order at Tim Hortons? Let's see what Jay said. Flip it around.
Timbits.
What did Jay say? Maple dip donut. No. Close, but we're not getting it. Number 2. If your child could have one superpower, what would they choose?
Flying.
Let's see what he said. Bingo! Fly! All right, one question right. And the last question. Who is your child's favorite Senators player?
Kachuk.
You seem confident. Let's see it. Wrong!
There's a brand new way you guys can support the Ottawa Senators Community Foundation. Now, the split between the funds going to the Ottawa charities and the winner's wallet remains the same, but there's a big twist, a big jackpot, and that means a big, big impact. You guys have the chance to win big this year, and here's how. When you buy your tickets, you choose an envelope where you think the ace of spades is hiding. If your ticket is drawn as the weekly winner, you win 20% of that week's ticket sales, and if your envelope contains the ace of spades, you win the progressive jackpot, 30% of all ticket sales. No one has caught the ace of spades yet, so the progressive jackpot is now $15,411. Visit senscatchtheace.com to buy your tickets. Okay, I'm getting on my phone right now. I'm buying my ticket. That jackpot is way too high to miss out on. And while I purchase this, we're going to throw it on over to our organist, Eric Sauvé. Take it away.
For the Flames, 0 pour Calgary. Shots on goal after the first. Tir au but 13 for the Sens, 13 pour Ottawa, and 5 for the Flames, 5 pour Calgary.
What's up, Sens fans? Welcome back to your Sens virtual game day. What an awesome period we just saw. 2 goals. We got one by Goodbranson and one by Batherson, so that means Ottawa is in the lead, and we like it that way. Now, this intermission break, we've got a lot lined up for you. We're going to throw it back to an unforgettable intermission game. And not only that, we have an exclusive interview with a familiar voice to the Sens fandom. Former Ottawa Senators reporter, now reporter for the Calgary Flames. We've got an interview with Hailey Salvian. She talks about her time here in Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Centre. You don't want to miss it. But up first, we're going to kick it off with a fan favorite. Here is Compete to Eat. Are those jerseys. If you guys are wearing one tonight, tweet me a photo, follow me, I'll follow you guys back, send me a photo right now. Let's see us twinning. I want to see those pictures. Obviously, the fun doesn't end there. Up next, we've got an exclusive interview with former Ottawa Senators reporter and current Calgary Flames reporter, Hailey Salvian. What a perfect match for tonight. I want to hear all about her time in Ottawa. Let's throw it to it. What's up, guys? It's Kira Johnston, and today I'm joined by the lovely Hailey Salvian from The Athletic, who formerly covered the Ottawa Senators and is currently covering the rival Calgary Flames tonight. Hailey, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you. I'm excited for tonight's game. Now, where are you joining us from tonight?
So I'm actually still in Calgary, just with COVID and all the travel protocols. I'm not traveling with the team this year, which is unfortunate because, you know, I was looking forward to coming back to Ottawa, but I'll just have to, you know, wait until it's safe and wait until next season. But I'll definitely be back at CTC at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Calgary's not a bad place to be. I wish I could make a trip out there too.
Yeah, and no, it's pretty good. Off days, Lake Louise, Canmore, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Before we dive into the Ottawa-Calgary questions, I'm sure the fans want to know, how did you become a journalist for the NHL and be so established at such a young age?
Yeah, you know, I always try to make this, you know, a Spark Notes version because I tend to ramble because it has been a lot. You know, I graduated from Ryerson University in the journalism program in 2017, and, you know, right after school, I ended up actually starting out in news. So I worked at CBC News as just an editorial assistant. Like I was rolling the teleprompter, running scripts to Peter Mansbridge when he was still the host of the National, and working on the 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock news. And while I was doing that, though, I started in arena hosting for the Oshawa Generals just to get my foot in the door in hockey. News of what was kind of paying the bills, but I wanted to still work in the game. So I started working in junior. And then, I kind of just went up the rankings with CBC in the news department, from an editorial assistant to an associate producer to web writer, radio. I started doing some TV. And then I, got a call from my old sports reporting professor from Ryerson that the company was looking for some new young reporters to do some general assignment work. So I ended up at the Athletic Toronto, covering, women's hockey, the Toronto Marlies. And then after that first season, I guess I did an okay job, and they offered me the Ottawa Senators opening. So I ended up doing my 1 year in Ottawa, and then there was an opening in Calgary, and the company, asked me if I would do that move. So it's been a lot, and, a fairly short period of time, but, just a ton of work. Like I had so many jobs at one point with Oshawa, with CBC. I was doing some freelance for NBA Canada. I was working at a restaurant too. It didn't really stop for a while, but I'm really happy with the kind of path that I took, because it's gotten me to the NHL, like you said, at a fairly young age. So it's not lost on me that I'm pretty lucky to be here.
I hope the fans were taking notes, because honestly, that was an incredible rundown. Like, I'm so impressed by the path that you've taken and the hard work that you've had to do to get where you are. It's not just like a few steps in the door and then you've got it. So that's pretty incredible. You mentioned that you came to Ottawa. Last season was your first year at the NHL. Can you walk us through what that experience was like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. Honestly, I'm so glad, when I first got the call from my boss, James Myrtle, about Ottawa, I honestly didn't know if I was ready for an NHL job. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to go and fail. Like, fans, in Ottawa, I'm sure they want someone who's going to give them good journalism. And, I'm so new. Like, am I ready? I think I was 24 at the time. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, but I'm really glad that I took it, because, there were so many great people in Ottawa to help me. Chris Stevenson, my colleague, he was just amazing. I bothered him every single day, and he helped me so much. And, it was a tough adjustment being in the NHL for the first time. Obviously the Senators were, and still technically are, rebuilding, which I actually found made it a little bit easier for me, because there wasn't the same pressure to be overly critical. That was one thing for me, was, no one's going to benefit from me talking about the Sens losing again, because everyone knows it's a rebuild, and the point of this season isn't wins and losses. It's the prospect. How are people developing? How's the culture on this team changing? So I kind of was able to focus on those things, which maybe seemed a little bit overly optimistic considering the record. But, I think it was actually really good for me to come and step into, a bit more of a rebuilding team. I can't speak highly enough about the players that were in that room last year. Nobody treated me like the new kid. Which was just so meaningful. Mark Borowiecki, Bobby Ryan were two of the first players to, remember my name and see me in the hallway and say, "Hey, Haley, how's it going?" And
that's so
for a
great.
24, 25-year-old first year in the NHL to just be treated like another media person. And everyone in Ottawa has covered that team for like minimum 20 years. So it was pretty daunting. But it was, the players were really respectful. They treated me with respect. They were great and really open and sharing their stories. And the coaching staff was great too. DJ Smith was incredible. And Pierre Dorian and, the assistant general manager, Peter McTavish, they were great to me too. So it was just, a really, really great situation for a young reporter to be in, honestly. And, I'm really happy that I spent my first year in Ottawa.
Yeah, it goes such a long way when the staff and the players are kind and welcoming. I'm sure that was like made the entire experience so much more fun and rewarding. You mentioned a few colleagues, and of course you were such good friends with the players, but did you have any family or friends in Ottawa at all when you came?
Yeah, not really. I didn't know anyone in Ottawa. I did have my one friend. We worked together in CBC, at CBC actually. We both started in Toronto, and then we both ended up at CBC Regina for a little bit together. And then we both ended up in Ottawa. She's still with CBC. So I did have her, and we ended up, being roommates just because we were like, oh, may as well. So I did have my roommate who was great. But other than that, I didn't really know anyone. And, you make relationships with the players and the staff, but it's not like, you got to be unbiased, right? So as much as, yeah, you'll get along in like a working way, it's not like you can just go and like be friends. So it's not like I really knew anybody. You had your kind of work and then home. And unfortunately, I had a lot of colleagues who were great, but I think for me, especially because it was my first year, I tried to focus so much on just wanting to do a good job that I didn't even really make an effort to go and do things, which is probably not the best. Like, you want to be able to go out and do things and make friends. And, I did, meet a couple of friends like Jenna, your lovely producer. She's great. And, we joked, like, I finally made a friend in Ottawa, and then I moved away to Calgary. So, thanks Jenna for being my friend for like a month. But no, it was, I didn't meet too many people just because the job was so busy, but it was still a lot of fun because the people I did meet were pretty great.
Have the chance to win big with the all-new Catch the Ace style 50-50 with the Progressive Jackpot. Weekly draws take place each Monday with $9,999 guaranteed to be won. Proceeds support local children through the Senators Community Foundation.
Always so awesome chatting with Hayley, getting to know her journey through the NHL and about her wonderful time in Ottawa. We have part 2 of that interview coming up in the second intermission, but right now it's time to get down with Eric. Let's go, Eric, take it away. I'm gonna dance by myself. are a rock star. Thank you so much. We've got a lot more lined up in the
Welcome
second.
back
So
to the
stick
ice.
with us. Make sure you can watch the
Your
game on
Ottawa.
TSN5 or RDS. Let's check out those first period highlights right now.
Calgary goal, le but des Flames, his 5th of the season, son 5e de la saison, scored by number 17, le numéro 17, Milan Lucic. Assist by number 29, le numéro 29, Dylan Dubé. Time 1 minute 41 seconds, 1 minute 41 secondes. Le numéro 8, Chris Tanev. There's goal! Le but des Sénateurs, his 5th of the season, son 5e de la saison, scored unassisted by number 28, le numéro 28, Connor Brown. Time to goal, 4 minutes 39 seconds à 4 minutes 39 secondes.
Now, one thing I miss the most about when people could come to the building is when the entire Kachuk family came to support the guys. Watching their reactions were hilarious, and they always seemed to rock some sort of jersey that was Ottawa, Calgary to support both the guys. Now, I'm sure that they're out there watching the game somewhere, but we miss hosting them here so much. In honor of tonight's game, we're going to throw it back to the very first time that Brady and Matt met on the ice, and we were lucky enough to have Taryn, their sister, play a little game we like to call sibling rivalry.
Since Brady Kachuk is facing off against his brother Matthew tonight, we figured why not pair them against each other in this game as well. Hence why I'm joined by the beautiful Taryn. This is Brady and Matthew's younger sister. How does it feel to be able to be here watching your brothers take on each other tonight?
It's awesome. It's very exciting, and I'm happy to be here.
And you're here with a huge group of your family. How does it feel to be able to share this moment with them too?
It's awesome. I mean, we're all having a great time. We're glad to be here.
Awesome. Okay, let's play this game. I'm going to ask you a few different questions. You got to tell me whether the answer is Brady or Matthew, all right? Here we go. Question number 1. Which Kachuk brother went to school and played college hockey at Boston University? Brady is right. Number 2. Which Kachuk was selected 6th overall of the 2016 NHL entry draft? Matthew on fire. All right. Which Kachuk brother played for the London Knights of the Ontario Hockey League? Matthew's correct. Who is the younger Kachuk brother? Hope you get this one. Brady, yep. Which Kachuk was selected 4th overall of the 2018 NHL entry-level draft? That would be Brady. And last, which Kachuk scored his first NHL goal against the Buffalo Sabres? Matthew, you got them all right. You know your brothers. You won't get beat up later. Perfect. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the game.
Goal! Le but des Sénateurs, his second of the season. Son deuxième de la saison, scored unassisted by number 26, le numéro 26, Eric Brandstrom. Time of the goal, 7 minutes 24 seconds à 7 minutes 24 secondes.
obviously the headlines for tonight have all been about the sibling rivalry, but we've got some bad news for Matthew. It looks like Brady might have a new bro in town. As soon as Tim Stützle arrived in the nation capital, he moved into Brady's house, and their romance is all the fans can talk about. Let's check out some of my favorite Brady-Jimmy moments on Twitter right now.
After 2 periods of play, après 2 périodes, the score is 4 for the Ottawa Senators, 4 pour les Sénateurs, and 1 for the Flames, 1 pour Calgary. Shots on goal in the second period. Tir au but en deuxième période for the Senators, 10 for a 2-period total of 23. 10 avec 23 en 2 périodes. For the Flames, pour Calgary, 10 shots on for a 2-period total of 15. 10 tirs au but pour 2 périodes à 15.
Welcome back, Sens fans. You're watching the Sens Virtual Game Day. I'm Kira Johnston. What an awesome period we just saw. We are up 4-1 against the Calgary Flames. We're also up in shots 23-15. We had Branson and Brown scoring those 2 more in this period. Now, at this intermission, we've got a ton of fun lined up for you. As I promised, we have part 2 of my interview with Hailey Salvian. But kicking us off, we've got an iconic Prime Minister's race. We're talking Sir John A., Sir Wilfrid Laurier, Sir Robert Borden, and Mackenzie King. Who is going to take the race? Let's see it in the chat right now. Call it.
Have the chance to win big with the all-new Catch the Ace style 50-50 with the Progressive Jackpot. Weekly draws take place each Monday with $9,999 guaranteed to be won. Proceeds support local children through the Senators Community Foundation.
What an awesome race. In the comments, I saw that Jenna called Laurier, but it certainly wasn't. It was Borden with the big win. Now, as I promised, we've got part 2 of my interview with Hailey Salvian coming right up. We're getting into the Tkachuk Brothers showdown. Let's roll it.
Talk to us about the rivalry. Talk to us about the game. What should we expect for tonight's game?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, there's always a ton that's made about the Tkachuk brothers facing off against each other. This is going to be the first time, I guess the first season where we're not going to get to see the whole family there because there are no fans allowed in the building, which is going to be, I'm sure that's, going to be upsetting for the family, who I'm sure loves going to watch the brothers face off against each other. But, I think the Calgary Flames are in this period where they've been really inconsistent to start the season. They've had a couple good games and they've had a couple losing streaks. They're really just around a 500 hockey team right now. And it's not where people expected them to be. I think expectations were really high for this club, and it's gone from, are they going to fight to be second overall in the North Division? Now it's just kind of, do they need to blow it up? What's the plan? What's the identity of this hockey team? What's going on inside the room? What's the culture? do we need a new coach? So, obviously they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in their first game on Monday during this kind of Eastern Conference road swing. Big save. Dave Riddick has made his comeback. Jacob Markstrom's been the MVP. We're seeing Matthew, Johnny Gaudreau, Sam Bennett, Elias Lindholm, like they're playing some. Yeah, I mean, Sam Bennett's he's struggled to start the season, but the Flames' big guns are playing well. So they're playing okay hockey. They're not playing great hockey. So I think this isn't the best Flames team that we've seen. So I think playing against Ottawa is going to be a big test for them. I think they need to come into these games and see that there's a really big opportunity to make up some room in the standings, quite frankly. But at the same time, they can't be taking this Ottawa Senators team lightly, because this is a hardworking team. DJ Smith has really built that culture into this group. We've seen them beat the Maple Leafs. We've seen them beat the Montreal Canadiens, who were the number 1 and 2 teams in the North Division, and even Toronto's number 1 in the league. So, and they beat them twice. So we've seen that this Sens team is, they're better than their record would suggest. They're a really hardworking team. They have a ton of talent. And I think if the Calgary Flames take them lightly, they're going to put themselves in a really difficult situation. But at the same time, they need to really hold on to this opportunity to make up some ground in the standings against the Sens. So I think that if the Flames come out and they play some good hockey, we're going to see some competitive games here. And I think we're going to see maybe some desperation from Calgary, because they need to come out with some points here.
Really well said. I mean, we're looking forward to it. Now, you've yet to work for an NHL team that doesn't have a Tkachuk. Can you talk to us about how Brady and Matthew are like? Are they similar? Are they different?
Yeah, it's funny, because that's, when I first started, a lot of people were saying like, oh, if you want Haley to cover your hockey team, you're going to have to have a Tkachuk. And it was funny. I saw some of the comments. Yeah, it's a requirement. I've kind of built my entire career based on this one family. And we saw some funny comments, people saying, well, like Walt played for Winnipeg, so can she cover the Jets? What about Arizona? What about St. Louis? Like, how far does this kind of connection go? But it's funny, but I think they're a great family. I think they're so great for hockey. So it's been fun to be able to kind of watch both players with a close eye over these last few years. It's difficult because I haven't actually been able to have those interactions with Matthew here in Calgary, because everything is on Zoom. But, I think Brady's great. You see, he has this, I think I tweeted once, like, Brady is so filled with childlike wonder when you watch him play, but he's also this like menace. Like, you'll see him flossing 1 minute with a kid, or a weird dance and doing weird things on the ice, screaming at Tim Stützle. I've seen him scream like Jimmy at him all the time. But then you'll see him, he's right in the thick of it. And he's just a guy who lives in the moment, and he commits to everything, no matter what it is, whether it's flossing with a kid or getting in a fight, parking in front of the net. He's really committed. He's really passionate. And I think, personally, I think that's the future captain of the Ottawa Senators. I think Brady is, he's an excellent hockey player and a great person. And, I haven't gotten to have those interactions with Matthew, like I said, but you can see the similar passion for the game. And I think a lot of that comes through from their parents who are awesome. You can just see that they get it. They get it from the media standpoint, the fans, the community stuff. You can just tell that these guys know what they're doing. They know how to be good pros. It sounds so cliche, but I love the way they play the game, and it's awesome to see. And I do look forward to, getting to see a couple more Battle of Albertas through Matthew, and seeing a few more of these rivalries play out with the Sens and the Flames, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I just think they're both great players.
Speaking of the brotherly relationship, in your educated opinion, are the gloves going to drop at some point during the Ottawa Calgary series? What do you think?
No chance. No? We mentioned the podcast that I have with Ian. We actually had, Keith Tkachuk on to chat about the upcoming series, and Ian asked him, like, is the no fighting rule still in place? Because, Walt and Chantel, their mother, have said in the past, like, there's a no fighting rule. Like, the boys are not allowed to fight each other. And Ian did ask him, is that rule still in place? He's like, yeah. He's like, why would they fight each other? Like, brothers shouldn't fight each other. He's like, if you want to stir it up, if you want to, get spicy in the game, like there are plenty of guys on the other team that you can drop the gloves against. It shouldn't be your brother. So I don't see it happening, because if it does, mom and dad aren't going to be happy. So.
Now there's 9 meetings between these two teams in the next few months. Walk us through your predictions. What's going to happen?
Yeah, if I was a betting person, I would say that, at least in these first, I think there's going to be 5 games in the next kind of 6 games for the Calgary Flames. So if I had to make a prediction on at least the first 5, I could see the Sens stealing at least 1 or 2 of these games. The Flames should be taking more than half. But we did see them split a 4-game series against the Vancouver Canucks. So that was a little bit disappointing from a Flames perspective. So, and again, I think that this Sens team is better than their record would show. So I could see, the first 5 maybe going 4-1 in favor of the Flames. But then for the full 9, I could see, again, I think the Sens will steal, at least, they'll steal minimum 1, maybe 3. But I'm not a big betting person. I panic. Anytime someone says like, do you have a prediction or a bet? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't really have anything. I'm really terrible at that. So, but I think it's just going to be a great series. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. And, to see them play against each other 9 times is going to be great, because these are 2 teams that typically only play, 2 or 3 times a season. So it's going to be cool to see, these 2 guys be able to go up against each other so much.
Well, let's keep in touch. We'll loop back at the end, and we'll see where that prediction landed. That's all the time we have, but thank you so much for joining me, Haley. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, so Keith Tkachuk said there will be no fighting happening between the brothers at this point in this season, but things can get pretty heated after 9 games. Make your predictions. Let me know in the comments below. Are the Tkachuk brothers going to drop the gloves at some point in this season? I want to know your predictions. Let's get fired up for the 3rd period. We are ahead. We need to keep it that way. Eric, we need those tunes. Let's crank the music. you guys so much for hanging out with me this entire time. You are the real MVPs. We'll be back here every TV timeout in the third, but you guys already knew that. A reminder to tune into TSN5 or RDS to watch the game. It is time to watch the third period. Let's see at least 10 Go Sens Go in the chat right now. I'll do at least 3.
36, Colin White. Assist number 13, le numéro 13, Nick Paul. Time to go, 4 minutes, 55 seconds à 4 minutes, 55 secondes.
Welcome back to Sens Virtual Game Day TV Timeout. Now this segment, we've got to dedicate it to the MVPs of this year. Shout out to all the teachers out there who have been adjusting with the COVID restrictions, teaching online, going above and beyond for all students. That's why the NHL is recognizing the Most Valuable Teacher Award. You can vote for your teacher online. Just go to nhl.com/MVT.
Teachers have always been among the most important influences in a child's life. Now, SAP, the NHL, and the NHLPA are proud to celebrate the teachers who continue to improve the lives of their students even through challenging times.
Everything my parents always stressed with me, school comes first, because it helps you in all aspects of life.
We're just excited to go into class every single day.
I learned so much about technology.
Math portion was great. He just is really caring to all of her students.
Through Future Goals Most Valuable Teacher presented by SAP, we're giving fans a chance to vote for their favorite teacher. Visit NHL.com/MVT to give a special educator a chance to be voted the Most Valuable Teacher of the Month. Their commitment to education and engaging students through compelling programming is inspiring, and we want to give them the tools to do even more.
I have always dreamed of being a teacher, and every day feels like a gift.
I think teachers have a really big responsibility to positively impact their students, and I don't take that responsibility lightly.
Each month's winning teacher will receive $10,000 in technology equipment for their school district.
SAP is donating $10,000 worth of tech devices.
It's just awesome. Thank you.
It's going to impact so many kids that right now don't have access to technology that they deserve.
I really admire and I appreciate everything you do, and you obviously deserve everything, and I hope you keep up the great work.
Visit NHL.com/MVT and vote today.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, you guys always knew how to bust it down here at CTC. I swear, I'm dancing the whole game by myself. I hope you guys are too at home. Up next, we captured our favorite dance moves with the Coca-Cola Dance Cam. Let's go.
And second of the game, score by number 36, le numéro 36, Colin White. Assist number 72, le numéro 72, Thomas Chabot. And number 63, le numéro 63, Evgeny Dedanov. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 46 seconds à 14 minutes, 46 secondes.
Nah. Okay, our play of the game tonight is featuring none other than Eric Goodbranson scoring his first goal at the Ottawa Senators. Of course, we're going to take a look at his awesome work from tonight's game. Take it away.
Last turn of play in the third period. Dernière minute de jeu en troisième période. Here tonight's Molson Canadian 3 stars of the game. Voici maintenant les 3 étoiles Molson. La troisième étoile, the third star, from your Ottawa Senators, number 44, le numéro 44, Eric Goodbranson. The second star, la deuxième étoile, from your Ottawa Senators, number 36, le numéro 36, Colin White. Et la première étoile, the first star, from your Ottawa Senators, number 7, le numéro 7, Brady Tkachuk.
That was a game scored with the most amount of goals that we've seen in a year. What an incredible game. I'm so pumped right now. Join us for our next home game on Saturday, February 27th, as the Flames come back again for some more. It's at 1 p.m. though. Don't forget, join me right here, Sens Virtual Game Day. Woo!